Hey everyone, it's technology expert Burton Kelso here with another tech tip to help you get the most out of the technology in your life. Today we're talking about how you can fully secure your Mac or any Macintosh product that you're using, such as an iMac, a Mac Mini, or even a MacBook product. So Macs are pretty secure by themselves, but there's always things that you can definitely do to ensure that your Mac is safe from cyber criminals. Now, as I always say, cybercrime is a human problem, which means that it's up to you to take steps to make sure that your products are safe from hackers. Because hackers don't only come in online form, they also come in the form of people who can steal your Macintosh products physically and delete or steal information off of it. So there's a series of things that we need to do to ensure that our Macs are safe and secure. And first of these is to make sure that you have a complex login password on your Macintosh product. Now, with your Mac, it goes to say that under normal circumstances, your Mac is going to be in good hands. But there's some instances where that Mac may fall into the wrong hands. Now, how do we create a complex login? Pretty darn simple. So I've got my Mac with one of these operating systems here. Let's check. I always forget it's not Ventura, it's Monterey. So if we want to create a complex login system, it's pretty simple. Just go to the Apple menu. Once you're at the Apple menu, you want to go to System Preferences. Once you go to System Preferences, and it's an easy route to go to Users and Groups. Now, once you go to Users and Groups, you'll see your login or multiple logins, and to make changes, you can click the lock. If you have no password, it'll just allow you to go in. If you have a password, you'll have to type it in like I'm about to do now. Let's hope I can get this right on the first login. I took my time and I did. So what you want to do is once you're in to your user profile, you can click on add password or change password, but you'll have to type in the old password if you have an existing password, and then the new password, and then it's always recommended that you add a password hint in. Doing so means that you now have a secured Macintosh computer that if someone steals it, they won't be able to get any information off of it. Now keep in mind that creating a password for your Macintosh computer does not keep out online predators who may be after your information on your Mac. This is only for physical protection. So if you lose your Mac, it'll be a little bit harder for someone to access that Macintosh information, or I should say your personal Macintosh information. So next, let's talk about File Vault and encryption. So you definitely want to turn on File Vault on your Macintosh computer because let's say that if your Mac is stolen and someone figures out the password, well, let's go back a step because File Vault works before it even gets to the Macintosh password. I like how I made that mistake. So File Vault will generate a password as soon as you turn on your Macintosh product. It also encrypts or locks up or scrambles your data so that if someone were to steal the storage device out of your Macintosh computer, they would not be able to access that information because it's locked up and encrypted. But File Vault is Macintosh version of encryption, and if someone were to steal your Mac, they ain't getting nothing. How do we use File Vault? It's pretty simple. Let's open up our Mac and take a look at it. Quickest and easiest way to go to File Vault is to go to the search option. So if we click on Spotlight, we can type in the words File Vault, and after a few seconds, it should come back up in our search. There we go. Let's see if we can go to File Vault here. Oh, that's just series knowledge. And I can't believe I'm goofing up on this one. So let's go to System Preferences, and it may even be under Utility. It always takes me a second to find File Vault when I'm looking for that. Let's also type it in the search here, And as you can see, if we go to Systems and Preferences, it brings up File Vault. So I was on the right I was on the right path with going to Spotlight, but I needed to go into Preferences to find that information. Now off to our journey. So if you want to turn on File Vault, you definitely want to go to the File Vault system, which is under Security and Privacy. Once you're there, to make changes and then you have a password on your computer, you always have to type in the password whenever you are making changes to your Mac. Once we're there, you can turn on File Vault and it will start the process of turning on and encrypting the data on your Mac. Now, when you enable File Vault, it's going to take a while to encrypt that data on your Mac. So don't worry, because encrypting data takes a long time to encrypt, but once it's done, it's a done deal. That means if someone steals your Mac, they're not able to access your data. Our next tip, and it looks like we're probably going to play search around with this as well, is to make sure that you can use Find My Mac to wipe your Mac remotely. So let's say your Mac is stolen and you want to be able to get access to your information and clear it out so a criminal can't access it. How do we do that? Well, we're going to play the search game and find that information. So going back to our Mac, once we're there, we want to go to either, there's two ways. Let's go to Spotlight or Searchlight and type in Find My and see if it'll find it. And it looks like it may actually find it this time. And here we go, it's coming up. So there's all the information, so we can get past the Find My information. So let's get out of that, because it's like pinning in on where I'm at. But anyway, if you go into Find My on your Mac, it definitely gives you an option to turn on Find My preferences. And once you have that turned on, then you can wipe your Mac remotely. So let's go again to Find My Mac under System Preferences. Hopefully this time it doesn't show up my Macintosh. One more. Find My Mac. And it keeps bringing it up this. So let's go back. Let's go to Spotlight. Go to Find My. And then let's go to People. There's Items. We can go to Items. There we go. And it will, let's go back to Devices. So once we're under Devices, we can find where, let me zoom out. That way we don't get an exact location where I am. But you can click on an actual item and wipe it. So there's an item. Obviously it's showing I'm in Lee Summit, but I can go into my settings on this and wipe my items on Find My. But if you turn on Find My, if we can figure out where that is, it looks like I'm not showing it, and I can only do so much in a short video. But anyway, enable Find My on your Mac to ensure that criminals can't get access to your stuff. That's important because you want to wipe it. Find My doesn't only work on Macintosh products, meaning your MacBook, but also on your iPhone and your iPad and any other mobile Mac devices that you currently use. So enable that feature. If you have any questions on how to do it, message me, because trust me, I know how to do it. Just stumping on this video. So next is to use a password manager. And luckily on our Mac, it doesn't mean that we have to do so much as far as to find a password manager. Now, by default, there's not going to be a password manager built into your Mac. It's going to be either a third-party system or even Safari as far as a utility that's going to allow you to create a password manager. But there are several that you can use. You can use LastPass. You can use other systems out there like OnePass. But a quick thing that you can do with your computer is you can definitely go in Safari and make it so that your information is stored under Key Finder or under Safari itself. The good thing about using Safari as far as your password manager is that it's going to follow you on all of your Macintosh devices. So that way, if you need a password manager to store all your passwords, then it will keep track of everything. And also, the good thing about using a password manager with your Macintosh devices or your Mac is if there are any passwords that are leaked onto the dark web, then your password manager will definitely alert you as to any passwords that are linked up. Um, let's go into do this real quick. So let's go back to our desktop. I got in the passwords. Let's see here. So went to Safari, went to preferences. Once I was under preferences, I go to passwords. So let's enter our username, and that's what it's asking me to do. And then there's all the passwords that are listed. I'm not going to click on any as it will reveal, but as you can see, it'll show you a list of all your passwords that have been compromised or reused or whatever. And it'll tell you down here as far as your check mark, compromised passwords. Now I don't know if this is all right because all these passwords have not been compromised, but at least you have an alert system with your Mac letting you know that you may have compromised passwords with your Mac or with your online accounts, and then you can go through the process of redoing those passwords and making sure that those passwords aren't being leaked out onto the dark web. So keep that in mind. Our next tip is to make sure that your firewall is on for your Mac. So if we enable our firewall, which is normally enabled by default, you can ensure that if you're at any public space, people can't lurk into your MacBook. Or if you carry your iMac around, you can ensure no one's getting into it. It also works at home too. So how do we do that? Pretty simple. Let's go back into our Mac. We'll bring it up on the screen here so that you can see it. And of course, we're going to go to Spotlight and type in firewall. And as you can see, under our favorite places, under security and privacy, and there we go. There's File Vault. That was up previously, but under security and privacy is also firewall. So again, if you want to turn on your firewall, you type in your computer login password and it will give you access to it. So let's type that in. Hit unlock if I typed in the password right, and I did. And then you can click the option to turn on the firewall. Once you do that, we'll give you an alert saying that the firewall is indeed on, and it will protect your Mac, specifically your MacBook or MacBook Pros and MacBook Airs from criminals when you're out and about using your portable devices. Next tip, because we've got a ton of them, is to turn on Time Machine and use it. Now, Time Machine is a program built into the Mac operating system that will allow you to back up your Macintosh to an external hard drive. How is that achieved? Well, let's get back into our Macintosh and I definitely will show you. Now, this will be easy to find. Time Machine is normally located in the upper right-hand corner of your Mac. It's the little deal that has the time on it. So let's enter Time Machine. Once we're under Time Machine, it'll show all of our backups, and that's what all of these rows of items are. Once you plug in an external hard drive, Time Machine will automatically pop up and ask if you want to use your external hard drive as a backup device. You tell it yes. Time Machine will keep multiple copies of all of your items on your Mac, and that way, if something catastrophic happens, like you lose your Mac or everything's wiped out, you've got Time Machine backups to rely on to ensure that you never lose your data. Now, true that you can upload your stuff to iCloud as far as your desktop and documents, but it never hurts. It's also with your photos, but it never hurts to occasionally plug in Time Machine, especially if you're using an iMac, and your desktop is going to sit there all the time. So it makes sense to have an external hard drive to back up your information. Next is, and I think final, is to secure your network. And securing your network or your Mac is enabling the firewall, but it also means that you're going through and checking to make sure that you have a firewall in place and that your router for your home or office is safe and secure. Now, my recommendation, so that you can keep up to date as far as your firewalls are concerned, is to use your router's firewall from your ISP. Now, most internet service providers will alert you when it's time to replace your router, and that period is usually within 5 years. So every 5 years, you want to go through and replace your router, whether it be you've got your own custom router or you're paying one from your internet service provider. Since you're releasing that equipment from your internet service provider, you can always call them and have them provide you with the new router at any given time. So replace it, but 5 years is normally the time period when you want to replace that router for your network that your Macintosh is going to be connected to. You can also consider using a VPN, which stands for Virtual Private Network, to keep your network even more secure. VPNs allow you to block people from seeing where you're going in the web, whether it's your ISP or another network that you're connected to. You can always enable a VPN especially if you're at a coffee shop. It helps protect your data and keep it safe. Several VPNs that you can use would be TunnelBear, NordVPN, and if you're on the cheap side and don't want to pay for a VPN, the web browser Opera has a VPN built in that you can use in order to keep your browsing habits safe and secure. So with that said, if you've got comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. Would love to hear from you to find out what tips you use to keep your Mac safe and secure, or if you have any other questions as far as keeping your Mac safe and secure. With every video, I always ask, if you like this video, be sure to comment on it, like it, and share it with your friends. I know you know people out there that aren't tech savvy that need tech tips, so send them my way. So my goal with technology is to open you all up to a whole new world of experience and ideas to help you get more from your technology devices. I love technology. I've read all the manuals, and I'm serious about making technology fun, safe, and easy to use for everyone. So take care of yourself and do many things to make you smile, and thanks for watching.